It's the Nighttime Show. I'm your guest announcer, Mike Glazer, here with head writer of the Nighttime Show, Matt Walker. Our amazing guest today, she's danced with Eminem, Luda, Outkast, Missy Elliott. You've seen her in every Step Up movie, Cheaper by the Dozen, and she plays Isabella in Phineas and Ferb. It's Alyson Stoner. And the only choice worse than Bono for Woman of the Year, your host of the Nighttime Show, Stephen Kramer Glickman.
Nighttime with Stephen Kramer Glickman.
Yeah! Well done, Alyson. Alyson Stoner here with us today. How are you, Allie?
I am hanging in there. How are you doing?
Is Allie okay? Can you kind of call you Allie?
You know, I think the decision's already been made.
Oh, my God.
You can't turn back.
I can't turn back now. You have such a beautiful singing voice.
Thank you.
Do you sing all the time?
I do. In fact, some would say I just released an EP recently.
Really?
Of original music.
That's incredible. And what is the name of the EP?
Actually, it's kind of satirical. It's called While You Were Sleeping, and it's a little bit of a stab to the industry and fans who wonder if child stars just kind of washed up, dried up, and died.
Sure.
It turns out I've been making music, so This is
Wow.
what I've been up to while you were sleeping.
Nice. Don't sleep on you.
Yeah, right? See?
Yeah.
I'm glad you got it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank
Nobody
you.
thinks that though. No one thinks that you're just washed
That I've
up.
been chewed up, spit out, and booed off stage?
No, absolutely not.
What type
You've
of
been on
music is
all
it?
the Step Up movies. You're working. You're out there.
Thank
People
you.
know you.
I mean, I just have dreams that are a little bit bigger, and I hope that this is a step toward them, a step up to them, maybe.
Oh,
And what kind of music is it?
Step up to them.
I'm going to call it percussive pop. I would say that it's maybe like female Justin Timberlake, new school Janet. And I just got off a 24 city tour performing to younger girls, and they seem to like it. So I'm
Awesome.
hoping that all
great.
the demographics
Well, you kind of have
enjoy
that
it.
Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation outfit going on right
Ooh,
now.
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, I
Little
can't
bit.
tell if I'm in the CIA or if I'm like trying to be cool and incognito.
What's your favorite song? What's your favorite track? Like, what's the track?
Off of the EP that
Yeah.
I'm just raving about. Actually, I'm going to say it's the final song, Miles. It's
Miles.
the only ballad, but it's probably the best demonstration of my lyricism.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Our dearest recording engineer of sexiness, if you don't mind, would you mind trying to find that song, Miles by Alyson Stoner?
I'm looking forward to the Weird Al
maybe
Yankovic cover called Kilometers. It's going to be great.
Oh, that's the matter with you. At the end, maybe at the end of the episode, we'll play that on our way out if that's cool. You've had such an interesting career, and you're in the midst of such an interesting career. How did I mean, I think I originally saw you, and I think a lot of people first saw you in music videos dancing.
Possibly.
Is that possibly where we saw you first, or
I'd say so.
yeah?
So it's sort of interesting because as I started working with Missy Elliott as the little pigtailed dancer in a pink jumpsuit,
And what song was that?
we did three
You did
with
three
her.
songs
It was
together.
Work It,
my God.
I'm Really Hot, and Gossip Folks.
Yeah, like Work It. Still to this day is like one of the
Smash.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
They haven't stopped playing that song.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
It is amazing, and that music video was incredible. All
Iconic.
her music videos were really really interesting, and
Mm-hmm.
like costume sets, the everything just was amazing and so damn cool. Like you were so damn cool. You're just killing it in those videos.
Thank you. And I was just one of maybe 400, 500 kids in an audition room at one point, and I feel very fortunate that they put me in pink and not in maroon. And
Yeah.
but the credit goes to Missy. She was the visionary who knew what kind of statement it was making to have a little white girl in a hip hop video at that time.
Was that an open casting call you went to for that, or
It wasn't open. That it was that many people were invited. And honestly, if I could give credit to why they may have chosen me, I think it would then go to my my dance instructor at a young age. She was her origins are Broadway, and so
Sure.
I think maybe it was the theatrical performance value of it.
Yeah.
So really, I didn't do shit.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Who is our audience listening tonight?
It's all
Missy.
ages.
Okay.
It's
Missy
just
Elliott.
Missy Elliott and Ludacris listen to the
Hi,
show.
Missy. Okay.
No, like we're languagey. We're a little languagey
fine.
on
You
the
say
show.
whatever you want.
Well, we say some words. There's some
Okay.
words. I think we're a little MA on our. I think once you do an episode where there's bad language being used on
The
iTunes,
podcast is
they just
considered-
consider it
you can say
MA no
whatever you
matter
want,
what.
anytime.
So there's nothing we
Well,
can. really-
I'm generally like cleanish.
Well, you look now at Sia bringing dance kind of kid.
Yeah, do you have any advice for that girl who's in her videos?
Yeah, Ziegler is.
She has advice for me. Have you seen her following and the endorsements
No,
and the
I haven't. I don't pay
accolades?
attention.
I think her name is Maddie Ziegler.
Maddie Ziegler, yeah.
And she won Best Dancer at, I think, Teen Choice Awards. I was a nominee next to her, so she can teach me some lessons.
Wow.
But
That's
she's
bananas.
an incredible mover. And I will say that just as everything is improving in a crazy, like, technology, everything is evolving so dramatically now. These little kids are like machines,
Yeah.
picking up styles, vocabulary, technique, texture, all kinds of things within dance that I'm like, whoa, I'm just scratching the
Did
surface.
you watch a ton of YouTube clips when you were little to learn how to dance on your own?
I'm too old for that.
What
That's
were you?
what they do,
Were you
right?
watching VHS? Were you watching VHS and DVDs?
YouTube didn't exist for me.
Did you get the Vin Diesel hip hop dance instruction kit?
I haven't
Wait,
seen
what?
it. Is that real?
That's a real thing.
One of his first gigs, Vin Diesel did a
No
hip hop
way.
dance instruction video on
Was
DVD.
he Darren's Dance Grooves?
No, he was. I think it was before Darren's Dance Groups.
You know how much I love Vin Diesel. I love Vin Diesel so much that I have saved on my I'm
gonna Google it.
on my home screen at home on my computer the link to watch him sing the song "Stay."
I want you to stay.
Yeah, he sings it, but he's like, all alone there was a fever. And it's like, it's so amazing. And you're like, what is going on? He's like, I put my hands in the air and say, show me something. And you're like,
Is he a singer?
A little bit, little tiny bit. I mean, he's a low bass,
Right,
but
yeah.
man, every time I listen to him, I'm like, I don't know what is going on with this guy's life, but I just love this guy so much.
Speaking of not knowing what people are doing with their lives,
Yeah.
I was just exposed to Terrence Howard's theory of 1 × 1 = 2.
1 × 1 = 2.
And how he argued against his professor in what I believe is engineering school. Don't quote me.
Oh.
You have to look this up. It's a real theory.
What are
Called
you showing?
Teriology.
Teriology?
Teriology.
What am I watching?
That's Vin Diesel doing dance instruction when he was like 19.
Oh my God! Does he have hair? Is he?
Yeah.
he has hair.
Past the vid.
Yeah, this is
What's
great.
what is
Oh, mama.
the name of the video so we can tell
I
people?
can't remember. It's on. That's a clip on YouTube.
Great job, Matt. Sure.
How is
Very-
anyone going to know how to find it?
Oh, okay. Here's what it is, guys. You should look it up. Vin Diesel breakdancing. Just look.
Yeah.
Look it up on YouTube. It's amazing. I love
Yeah.
it. That's
I
incredible.
thought everybody knew about that.
I sure am having a great time. This is a lot of fun. Aren't you having just a great time?
Awesome.
Man, oh man! You know the only thing that could really make it better, and I gotta tell you, the only thing that can make it better is if I popped open this bottle of Fireball whiskey right now.
That would be better.
Oh my God.
I love Fireball.
Yeah, that's actually the bottle talking right now.
Wait, what?
That's the bottle.
Whoa.
Can you hear it? Wait, I'm sorry. I have
Hold
to
on,
hold
hold
it up. I'm gonna hold it.
Hold
up.
it to the microphone.
I'm gonna hold
Yeah.
it right up to the microphone.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, isn't that incredible? You can hear it right there.
Oh, y'all getting loose, huh?
Oh yeah, we're gonna get loose with you.
That Fireball knows like 90s hip hop references.
He does.
Sounds like
How you doing inside that bottle?
I'm ready to come on out, show y'all what a real good time is. Not trying to be sexual, but I am trying to show you what fun looks like.
I'm gonna take you out of that bottle. I'm gonna pour you in my mouth. How's that sound?
It sounds real good. Just open up that.
This is
What was that? I heard a whisper. Y'all talking behind my back? I'm a partier.
Yeah, no, let's party, you and me.
This
you and
is-
me, Fireball.
I don't know if Fireball sounds like he's a good idea.
No, Fireball's a great idea. You shut up, Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
You shut up.
I don't.
Fireball, you and me are going to go out to the desert together. How's that sound?
But
That sounds amazing.
The last time you did that with Fireball, things went bad.
What happened?
Well, you had to call a cleaner.
Hey, don't listen to him. Just pour me down your throat and let's get loose.
Get in my body.
Oh, nice. Good looking. Oh, dang. Look at that heart. Ooh.
How's the inside of my body looking, Fireball?
Boy, oh boy. I feel warm. Do you feel warm?
I feel warm everywhere. Man. Are you
Fireball
sleeping in my...
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I felt so comfy in here. I was just showing... Oh, man.
Hey,
sorry
you see
about
that TV guide laying around?
Oh, yeah. This one over... Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
All right, well, turn on the TV and get settled in, because
Wait,
I'm going to
there's
have
a TV
a couple...
inside you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you better believe it.
Notice I wasn't surprised that a TV guide was inside you, but a TV. That's where I draw the line.
Buckle up, bitches!
Watching Cheers.
You enjoying that? You like that Ted Danson, don't you?
Yeah, he's good.
Hey, wait, is it Shelley... Is it the Shelley...
Shelley Long or
Shelley
Kirstie
Long,
Alley?
or is it Christy Alley?
No, Christy Alley.
Oh, good.
Also, Scientology Cheers.
Yeah. The good one. The one that got it right.
I'm going to shake up my belly. I'm going to shake up my belly.
Oh.
All right. Fireball whiskey. It's a party in your belly. All right, let's get back to the show.
Bye.
How did you get into dance? Who in your life was encouraging of all
I'm
this?
from Toledo, Ohio. I feel as though in the Midwest, it's pretty commonplace to just get your kids in a lot of different activities, dance, sports. My older sister was already at the same dance company, so I followed in her steps because I'm sure that's one less stop for parents.
Sure. Yeah.
And then I went to a convention in New York and tried some modeling and acting, and that's where everything became just one hodgepodge of a mess. And went out to LA at age 6, tried it out for 9 months, then made the move, relocated full time, and started working like a little pack mule.
Now, who came with you when you moved out here? Was it the whole family?
My mother, my 8 brothers, and my 3 sisters.
Holy crap.
8 brothers, 3
What?
sisters.
Sorry, that's not true. It was my mom and 2 sisters.
Oh, that was her. That's her cheated by the dozen. I was like, that's 12 kids. I'm like, wait a minute.
That was genius. That was so genius.
Well played.
Thank
Well,
y'all.
so nice. Was that how close into the beginning of your career was Cheaper by the Dozen?
So that's what I was going to say. Right as I was working with Missy, I sort of very close to that. I booked Cheaper by the Dozen, and then close to that as well was all of my work with Disney Channel began with like Mike's Super Short Show, which was a little interstitial. We promoted new Disney DVDs. Remember those?
Oh, yeah.
And Blu-ray. Where did that
sure.
go? Is that
Oh,
a
yeah.
thing still?
Still a thing.
Still exists.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Now,
But yeah,
when
it was
you-
like these 3 pillars.
When you came to town at age 6, you said you were at her for like a few months first, and then you moved out full time. Like in that few months, were you able to pick up an agent, a manager? Like did that come together real quick, or what were you doing?
I feel very fortunate. Yes, when I went to the convention. Sorry, I haven't told this story in a long time.
No,
went to the
please.
convention in New York. I had 16 callbacks and I won 7 awards.
Wow.
Or placed in 7 categories or something like
Jeez.
that. I know it sounds cool, but you
No,
never
it's-
know what the reason is.
Yeah.
I could have been wearing the right outfit. And so I signed with someone very quickly. I was with Cindy Osbring for several years. She's like, I guess, a pretty
Huge.
notorious like children's agent.
Yeah,
I've
Osbring's
come
a
to
big,
learn. Yeah.
big deal. Big
Yeah.
deal. You know, you're very humble, which is very sweet.
Yeah.
But you really like once you know the thing is, and I think you could kind of agree with me on this, is like once you kind of got in to the biz, you've just kind of hooked in to like once you're at Disney, they just start using you. They start putting you in lots of things.
Right.
You start working a lot. And then you're one of those people that like you're so talented that when they give you like they go, here's an open door, come and try this or audition for this or can you do this? You just kind of go, I can do that, but I can also do this, or let me try this, and you kind of
I think
push
that's
a
the
little bit.
goal, or that's
Yeah.
like hypothetically what you hope for. If I could debunk some of the Disney conspiracies, I
Sure,
would say
please.
that I
Was Walt Disney a Nazi?
Is there brainwashing?
Is he buried in a frozen cryogenic vault?
No, guys,
Probably
it's
all.
his head that's
Okay, his head's in a
his
cryogenic
head's
vault.
in a cryogenic vault. Everyone knows that.
So
Okay.
And he wasn't a Nazi. He just
He just liked him.
I can't speak to any of those things.
These are the Disney conspiracies we want to talk about.
All of these things will be bleeped.
Yeah, we'll do Disney
Not
Channel
by
High
us,
School.
but by Disney, who
Right.
owns iTunes.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so go back with us just a little bit. So
Well, I was going to say...
debunk.
I think the assumption is that once you're in with Disney, you're in. But I still auditioned for every single thing that I got with them. In fact, I was still sent on first calls with people who had never been on an audition in their lives.
Jeez.
Up until the end, which was, kind of frustrating. I was grateful, but then I was like, man, I've been on 12 shows for you, and I'm coming in here auditioning for 3 different roles and not getting any of them. And it's almost like you don't know who I am or
like
what
you
I'm
should
capable
know what I do.
of yet.
Yeah.
So, that, and I'm glad that I got to do a lot of maybe the number 2 roles, because then I wasn't under the same contracts as the lead.
Sure.
But, it has its great benefits and its downsides.
Yeah.
But I think maybe I was fortunate in that I had a film career going simultaneously and my dance, which I think maybe helped me escape some of the throes of Disney high school.
Yeah. How old were you when you did Cheaper by the Dozen?
I'm going to say maybe 10.
I'm going to pull this up because I want to walk through this just a little bit, because you worked with these people on Cheaper by the Dozen and Cheaper by the Dozen 2. So, and there's some peeps. There's some peeps in there. We know some of the same peeps. Why? I'm trying to pull it up. Give me 1 second. It's taking a second.
I was there. I can.
No, I know, but I want to go with you through it. It's not, it'll be easier. Okay, cast wise. Now, of course, we're going to talk about Steve Martin, but before we get to Steve, let's talk about some of these other lovely people who you got to spend some time with. One of them being Kendall Schmidt's brother, right?
Kevin, yeah.
Kevin Schmidt, who was a cast member on that. What was he like as a little baby boy?
He's wonderful. I love the Schmidt heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went on to create the Alyson Stoner project together, which was a dance instructional DVD.
What?
Supposed to kind of speak to childhood obesity.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and we ended up, I think it got into the hands of Michelle Obama.
Well.
But we won't say whether that was because she wanted it or because we had a surplus of inventory and needed to get rid of it.
He was a chubby kid, and he got very skinny. Was he was a chubby kid when you knew him on the first one?
He was hefty.
Yeah.
And now he's chiseled.
I know.
He stuck with it.
Did you ever date Kevin? at any
Man,
point?
if he hears this, Kevin, I'd like to let you know of this long time crush that I've had on you.
No way. Is this a real thing?
In fact, I think I would take any of the Schmidts. The Schmidt boys are fine
They're very good looking.
from the inside out and the outside in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're very cute. There's the
If you're
Kevin.
into eyebrows, they got that.
They got the eyebrows. They got the face. They got a face. They got noses. Kendall's got a great nose.
He does.
He's got a nice pair of eyeballs.
He does.
He's a very cute and very talented fella.
They're all very
They're all
clever
very-
too.
You also got to work with the darling Hillary Duff, who we all love and adore.
And she was
how was
such
she?
an inspiration at the time.
Was she really?
Oh yeah, I mean it was like her, Lindsay Lohan, and who else for me? I guess Christy Carlson Romano from Even Stevens.
Oh yeah, sure. I love that show.
Yeah, that was good, right?
Yeah.
Shia. Yeah.
Did you see the preview for his new
No.
his new movie? Shia LaBeouf, if you have not seen the preview for this movie, it was like a huge movie at Cannes and everyone went nuts for it. It's a movie where he plays a soldier that's coming back and who lost his best friend who was another soldier. And people are referring to it like Variety and stuff are referring to it as like the closest performance to like Brando that they've seen on film since like Marlon.
So it's going to maybe revitalize him as a viable actor instead of a crazy person.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know,
those can exist.
Yeah. He's had there's been a couple movies he's done in the last 2 years that were like, he went through a phase. Do you know him at all? Do you know Shia?
Was it Lars Van Trier he did
Not
one for?
on
or
any
one of those guys?
personal level.
Yeah.
He used to come to the Comedy Store and watch stand up at the store, and we would hang out. And he was a very, very nice guy.
Yeah.
And then he like, you know, that's a tricky thing because Hillary never went through really.
She did.
Did she go through a bad period?
Less publicly, but she
Little bit.
still had her dating the bad boy and, you know, her kind of health journey, I would say. And,
Sure.
I mean, but she as a...
Not as publicly as like a Lohan,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
situation.
By the way, have you heard Lindsay Lohan's new accent? It was all over the internet today.
My God. If you have not,
Wait, what?
Stoner, you got to get a hold of this.
Lindsay Lohan now is like doing a Melania Trump impression, kind
It's
of.
like
it seems
Melania Dutch. It's like a Dutch Melania. She goes.
So it's like Madonna, but
Yeah.
Lilo's version?
Weird, and she's like a weird intonation she's using in her voice the whole time. Glazer, have you seen any of this?
I just like that I'm coming out of each of these podcasts with so much fun homework.
right?
I got
it's
YouTube videos.
I'm making
to
a
find.
list.
I got,
you wouldn't believe.
gotta check it out.
Well, she like opened whatever. She opened a
Yeah.
bar. She opened like her own club somewhere in like Milan or something.
Yeah.
And they interviewed her and they said, why is this bar going to be different from other bars in town? And she was like, well, it's gonna be great because there's so many things and women's rights or something like this. And they were like, what?
It's along those lines.
It's so weird. You have to
bizarre.
watch it. Okay, Tom Welling, oh my God, Superman, basically.
Can I tell you why he made me barf?
Oh my
Yes.
God, please
Huh?
do.
That's why we do
Please
this.
do.
We were at a press junket for cheaper, and he offered me caviar. Yep, caviar.
Oh my God.
And my body wasn't down with it, and I went to the bathroom after and upchucked the boogie.
Oh no.
Yeah,
This was at the premiere? At a premiere?
press junket.
Oh my God, those press junkets too.
Yeah,
Was it all the kids that would do the junket?
I think there were maybe like 6 kids. Half of the dozen
Yeah.
were invited.
I get that.
By the way, Tom Welling did as much flying and Cheaper by the Dozen as he does on that entire Smallville show.
I know. God.
8 years, never flew.
8 years, no flying.
What kind of Superman is that garbage?
Come on,
Let him fly.
Welling. He's
Good people,
he's very good looking. He's one of the best. He's one of my
Very handsome.
favorites.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of him. Bonnie Hunt, you got to work with, who was your
She's-
mom. Please tell us about Bonnie.
Yes,
We
I have
love
a story
Bonnie Hunt.
about Bonnie that'll make you fall in love with her even more.
Please do.
So, well, it gets dark, but then it gets light again. We had one of our kids bring their dog. The dog ended up biting one of the other kids, and nice little gash ripped into her arm and tore off a chunk. And in the day on set, and Bonnie stopped the set and said, "I used to be a registered nurse, and it's my duty. You are my kid. I'm taking you to the hospital, and we're going to make sure you're taken care of." She's just one of those stand-up people,
Whoa.
and her heart is golden.
Oh my God.
And I actually should reach out to her and see how she's doing, because normally around Halloween she has really cool parties, and I didn't go this year, so
Oh,
I gotta see how she's doing.
Yeah, the Bonnie Hunt.
I really wanted her talk show to last longer.
Yeah.
yeah. She's very likable.
Yeah,
She seems like a very, very nice lady.
she's the bomb.
Well, look, as comedians, we're all big nerds about, Steve Martin. So, and we've all
yes.
heard rumors about what a lovely, wonderful, hilarious guy
What was it
he
like
is.
dating Steve Martin?
What's he like to work with? What was that like?
He was very, I would say, reserved. Almost reclusive, but it was because his beloved dog at the time was going through some hardships.
Was it biting kids on the
Roger?
set?
Nope, different dog.
Different dog.
And so I think he was experiencing a little bit of a rough patch, but he did just turn on immediately when the camera started rolling. Wild and crazy guy, definitely. But he's really intellectual and thoughtful, and I'm kind of similar pace. So I didn't know any of his work as a child.
Sure.
So I just got to know him as this kind of congenial, easygoing guy.
You didn't know he was born a poor black child? You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Now, did he have a banjo on set?
Yes.
Okay. Did
He
you practice
played-
a lot?
Yes, all the time. And he ended up actually teaching the redheaded brother, FedEx, we called him in the movie. Forrest started taking lessons from him.
Wow. That's awesome.
Jeez.
Yeah. Right?
That's really incredible. Going through a process like that, what studio was that
We
you worked
did 20th Century Fox.
with? Wow.
Right. So
Did you film that here in
yeah,
California?
we were in Culver City on the lot.
Oh, wow. That must have been so nice. How old were you around this? Maybe?
I think 10-ish.
10,
Because I think the sequel I was turning 13 maybe.
So at what point do you kind of, because I always feel like in careers, like when you're doing stuff, like there comes a time where you kind of you get excited about stuff. You're like, oh
yeah.
wow, this is so exciting in this movie, or but then you kind of don't realize always the gravity of the situation, of the heft of what a situation it is until later.
Yeah.
Like when did you kind of go like, oh my God, this Cheaper by the Dozen, huge movie,
Right.
Like huge studio, made a lot of money. It was a big deal.
It was. And it felt big too at the time. It wasn't like I was like, oh, I booked a small little role in this small little indie.
Sure.
But I think I'm still seeing the trajectory of it when people say their favorite Christmas movie or holiday movie is cheaper, or the fact that it's usually playing on some rotation on some channel like once a week.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's really neat. And
That's so cool.
And I would say that I feel very fortunate that several of the projects I've gotten to be a part of end up being those either like little cult classics or, family go-tos. Because the Step Up series as well is like this strange phenomenon.
They're great.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad you like them.
They're really well. The one in 3D. When I saw the one in 3D, it was like a huge deal because they were like, "Why are they making a 3D dance movie?" And then you saw it, and you're like, "Oh wow! Oh, this is amazing!"
Yeah.
Like it was really incredible. It's
And
a
it
really
was
great movie.
pretty laborious on set. It's pretty cumbersome to work with 3D technology right in the beginning stages because it'd break down for 3 to 8 hours, and we'd just be waiting there for a
God.
single shot. And then
Jeez.
but it was fun.
Now, in Cheaper by the Dozen 2, you worked with some more interesting people. What was
Yes.
Eugene Levy like to work with?
So much fun. And his daughter, Sarah, I believe her name was on set quite a bit. So I was able to sort of bond with her as an older sister figure. And Carmen Electra,
Oh my God! What?
right?
Yeah.
And
Carmen Electra.
She ended up taking me as her date to the Much Music Awards.
No
Wow.
way!
That's
Are you
awesome.
serious?
I'm like, speaking about this now, I'm like, dang, my childhood was so
Where
cool.
did they have the awards?
it was pretty amazing. That's pretty
That's a
insane.
Canadian channel. Was it in Canada?
It was, yeah. We shot in Halliburton and French River and a whole bunch of places in Toronto.
Very cool. And
North Toronto.
Taylor Lautner's in that movie.
He is. And we discovered that we were neighbors back in Los Angeles while we were out in Toronto.
Did
So
he
we
turn
came back
into a
and-
wolf at any time during
He
filming?
didn't. This
No?
before he went
Okay.
through his transition.
It's very
Yeah.
handsome. That
He
Lautner.
is. I had a
He's-
big crush on him too, but
Did you?
He's
Have you
like a
ever?
brother.
Have you? I have not done any research about
All right,
this
all right.
particular thing, but have you dated any other actors in this biz?
What's embarrassing is I have to actually take a moment to like think about that. So probably not. is the answer.
instead of that,
Who's the most famous person you dated?
no. Hang
No,
on.
I do.
hang
I can
on.
say that one.
Okay,
tell
go
us,
for
yeah,
it, please.
The the first boy, I guess, that I had like a crush on and dated was Cole Sprouse, the Sprouse twins from Sweet Life.
No way.
And he and Victoria Justice had a thing before me.
Whoa.
And so I was always like super nervous, jealous, not jealous, insecure more so, like she's a babe, like what am I gonna do? What do I have to offer? I play sports, I don't know. And we were maybe 11, I don't remember. And he dumped me on my birthday, so
Wow.
Cole, what the hell, Cole?
Come
guys are
on,
all
pull
buff
your
now, aren't they?
shit together,
They're
Cole.
Aren't those guys like both really buff now?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen them in a while.
Both got fat.
Oh, did they get fat?
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
I'm gonna look them up.
I'm trying to shit on him because he dumped her on her
those
birthday.
things were like all the girls say they grew up to be really hot. I'm gonna look them up now.
He
You
just said it's not
you
gonna
got
work
to
out.
you got to do shows like That's So Raven and freaking Drake and Josh.
See?
Who were you closer to, Drake or Josh on Drake and Josh?
I was definitely closer to Drake. I haven't spoken to Josh, but occasionally I see Drake because of our music pursuits.
Sure. He's a fun character.
Yeah.
We had him on he's a close friend of mine. And I really love the guy, and his girlfriend is a close friend of my girlfriend. And so we had him on our on another podcast back in the day. And on the podcast I go, "So, are you dating? What's happening? What's your relationship status?" Just top of the thing. And he goes, "Well, we're just we're hanging out." And his girlfriend was in the next room, and he thought it was a soundproof room, and it was not. And he was in the
And they
dog
stopped hanging out that night?
Oh no, they were in the doghouse the rest of the day, and then they made up, and they're very happy together. But man, oh man, he was like trying to be cool. He was trying to be a cool guy.
I think we actor types maybe do that a little bit. Like, well, no, it's just nothing, and then you consequently end up not maybe hurting, but offending some people in your life that are like, "I'm your mother."
Yeah,
You're like,
you have
yes.
to be careful.
Mom, we just hang
Yeah.
out at home. We're just hanging out.
You have to be careful
getting to know
in this
other.
business. I had a situation the other night. I went to a charity event, and it was there was a big band on stage, like with a orchestra. Okay, and my girlfriend was with me, and we were all dressed up. Everyone was in very, very nicely dressed at this event, and a lot of older people, because it was a charity thing. They were raising money on the spot, and the guy would do stuff like, "All right, I got a bottled water here. It's just a regular bottled water, but let's raise money for this bottled water, guys. It's for muscular dystrophy. Who's got $1,000?" And people are like,
goodness.
"I'll give 1,000," and you're just like, "Oh my god."
I'm still raising money at lemonade stands.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
know.
cool.
You're like, man, oh man, this is a lot of, this is hard, because you want to donate, but I'm not gonna.
But work is slow. And
Yeah, work is slow.
unhireable if anyone's
bottle of
listening.
water.
Right. We're all available for work.
That's actually retail price for Fiji
for Fiji water. So anyways, there's the band is playing and the guy is singing, and then my girlfriend goes, "You should sing a song." And I go, she goes, "Come on, get up there and sing a song with the band." And I go, she goes, "Come on, I'll go and tell them." And so she goes over to the people who run the Muscular Dystrophy Foundation, and she goes, "My boyfriend would like to go up and sing a song." And they go, "Sure, of course, no problem." And so they come back over and they're like, "What song?" And I tell them, and they go, "Okay."
What song was it?
It was Almost Like Being in Love. That's a great song. It's from the
I want to hear you
from the
sing.
musical.
Write me
From the
out.
musical
Give us a few
Brigadoon.
bars.
It was what a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. Right? Okay. It's a cute song. Yeah, right? So they're like, I was like, I'm gonna do
Don't ya
that.
know?
I was like, I'll go up and sing that. Right? I go up to the stage to go sing it. I turn around and I'm like, "Where's my girlfriend at?" And they've taken her. The foundation has taken her, all these like 60-something-year-old women, and they've put her on a chair and they've sat her directly in the middle of the dance floor. So now they're surrounding her, and I'm now kind of awkwardly singing to her, and she's uncomfortable. You can tell, like she's like, why she does not like being put in the center, right? So it is weird. It's a little weird. Finish the song. Get off the stage, give her a little kiss, and then we're like, all right, end of the night. It's the end of the night. Time to go. And she goes to get her coat. I go outside to call Uber, and the woman that runs the foundation walks up to me. She's like 60 years old. Never met her in my life. She comes up to me and she goes, "What is wrong with you?" And I go, What do you mean?" She goes, "I set it up. All you had to do was propose. All you had to do was do the proposal, and you didn't. You ruined it. You blew it. It's ruined. You ruined. I go, we don't even know each other, like you and me. I was like, me and my girl, we've been together 5 years. Like, we're fine. Like, we're figuring things out. She goes, 5 years? You ruined You ruined my night. And she walks away. Right. And then I go, what the hell? Right. And my girlfriend's like coming out, and I'm like kind of sweating bullets a little bit because I'm like, was she expecting it or what? You know, and you don't know, because like in this business, like people would just expect it's like you're going to do something big and grand and that's how it's all going to go. And then as we're standing out there, another two ladies come up and they go, did you have a good night? I go, yeah. They go, yeah, you really ruined the end of the night though. You really should have pulled the trigger.
You're kidding.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask my girlfriend to marry me at a fucking muscular dystrophy event in front of like 60-year-old women.
Who you don't know.
Who I don't know. Yeah. Definitely the plan for me. Like, what the fuck? Such a weird expectations on, you know, people in this town and in this business. They're too weird. They're just too much.
I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
You let down all of Jerry's kids.
I really did.
They're all disappointed in you.
We have to talk about you've done a couple of movies and a couple of shows that I have to know about. Okay. Especially because one of them is like a dream of mine to be in something like this. I've always wanted to be in something like Super Buddies. Super Buddies, by the way, we're going to give you a quick rundown. Super Buddies. Can you do like a movie voice, Mike Glazer?
Movie voice.
Like in a time before. Can you do one of those?
You can do that.
All right, here, I'm going to do this. Can you make some music like dun 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 dun? Watch the fur fly as the new breed of superhero is born in Disney's fun-filled epic adventure. An ordinary day in Fernfield Farms turns extraordinary when Butterball, Mudbud, B-Dog, Buddha, Mudbud, also Rosebud, discover that they have unique superpowers. They are Bud Buddies. Super Buddies. Super Buddies is about a bunch of golden retrievers, I believe. Yellow Labradors.
It's the Air
Yellow
Bud
Labs.
series.
It's yellow Labradors who all have superpowers.
You say you want to be in a movie like that, but you were in a movie doing the voice of a dog.
Don't bring that up.
What movie?
Matt, no, that's not.
It was a movie called Love on a Leash.
Why are you
That's so
bringing that up?
cute.
That's the worst, though.
I know, that's why I'm bringing
She
it up.
was in a real movie.
She's in a real one.
My movie, I was in a movie about a woman who falls in love with her dog, and then her
dog
she
becomes a human
kisses the
being.
dog, and it turns into a man, and then she has sex with the man. That is a true story. It is a movie called Love on a Leash. It was produced by a Chinese director who did not speak English and coached all of us in broken English and got angry if we did not perform it in broken English. That is 100% true. Ari Shafir from This Is Not Happening, the TV show, got me the job.
Got you the gig.
In 2004, I believe. Yeah. So
The trailer's available on YouTube, and you should definitely go home and look it up.
Oh, no! Damn it, Matt!
Go look up Love on a Leash.
Come
you should watch it.
on! What a pile of shit my life is. Allie,
I mean, basically just to remind everybody of all the bad decisions Stephen has made in his lifetime.
Seriously, good lord. You got to be in that movie where you get to do a voice of a dog?
I believe I'm trying to actually remember which character I played in it. I think I was a horse in that movie.
What?
Oh.
And then for Space Buddies, the next installment,
No way.
I did a song on the soundtrack. I remade Dancing in the Moonlight.
Okay.
I did my own version of that.
Really? Mm-hmm. Will you sing us a little more?
No, because I don't remember how mine went.
That's amazing. That must have been incredible.
Now, is there a lot of preparation that goes into preparing to be a horse in a movie? Like, did you have to go to stables and hang out and check them out and try to get the horse?
You played Strawberry.
Down?
You played Strawberry.
I did. She was a horse.
Strawberry the horse.
And I think the other horse was Zendaya,
God.
who was a former dance student of mine. Fun fact. Same with Bella Thorne and
No
Rowan
way.
Blanchard and a whole bunch of other kids who are skyrocketing to stardom. Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
One time, Bella Thorne at Comic-Con, she goes, "Hey, I gotta take a selfie." She was drunk, and she goes, "I gotta take a selfie. I gotta take a picture of myself. Will you take a picture? Will you take a picture of me?" And I go, "Sure." And then I go to take it, and she goes, you suck at this. I took one, and she goes, you're not very good. You're not a very good photographer. Give it to somebody else. And I gave it to someone else, and then she was like, take a better picture than that asshole. So funny. She's great. I love that.
She was your neighbor, right?
She was my neighbor. Yeah. Her sister was my neighbor.
Her sister. Yeah.
I know, I'm jumping way off subject. Okay. You were. I know I'm jumping around a little bit. You did the show Young Justice.
I did. I was Batgirl.
Yeah, Barbara Gordon. So cool. That must have been a blast.
It was cool. It was one of the few voiceovers that we recorded as a group. So I was with Bumblebee and all of the characters.
Bumblebee from the Transformers is in Batgirl?
We had...
no.
What Lightning? What am I thinking? Lightning Wing. Nightwing. Hello.
Yeah, Nightwing.
Yeah,
okay.
no.
Yeah.
Nightwing, Miss Martian, Dick Grayson, Superman.
All of them.
Wow.
Black Manta.
So it's like a Young Justice League?
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
That's a badass show. Oh, and Danica McKellar was in that from
Wonder Years.
I've done several voiceovers with her.
Really?
Actually. Yeah.
What's she like? Is she cool?
Awesome.
She has like a really high-end, like, advanced degree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
she's brilliant.
PhD in mathematics or something like that.
Yeah, I remember talking about that as well. She was inspiring for me to hear because it's a little bit like the Jodie Foster, Emma Watson route that I aspire to follow.
Have you gone to college?
I did. I stopped midway because I started producing my own content and found that I was learning a lot of information on the job.
Yeah.
But sure. I love...
Where were you going?
Azusa Pacific Online, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I love neuroscience. So the goal was to transfer somewhere to study neuroscience. But then again, you look at...
You get so busy doing this other stuff that it's not like you can just take your opportunities and be like, hey, hold on for a year while I finish this degree. It's like you got to go do it.
You really can't. Yeah. So I made some decisions, and now I think I'm revisiting some of those goals, though.
That's so
Very
awesome.
Cool.
I love it. You did Camp Rock.
I did.
Camp Rock 2.
Get out of town.
Those were huge. Those are huge,
that's
huge
what I'm
successes.
saying. Like these crazy, I guess, luck of the draw.
I don't know if it's luck.
Well, okay.
Well, you know what? There's like maybe a little luck, but it's
who's to say, right?
Who's to say where these things come from, though?
Do you ever look at it as all of those auditions that you had to do from Disney? Maybe like, oh, now it's like, oh no, I can knock anything out of the park because of what they had me do.
Maybe, but I find that even though you think you're prepared, every scenario seems to call on a new skill or a new chance to adapt because the industry is now changing so dramatically with digital platforms that the whole technique or philosophy behind the audition process, like it's all just sort of...
It's all pre-taped. You email it over now.
Yeah, right?
I know. When have you ever had to audition for the same people that had hired you in the past?
That's Disney.
Like at Disney.
Classic.
I know. I'm just...
Example, when I'm like, hi, you know my middle name and my dog, like my dog's birthday.
Yeah.
And I babysit your children. And I'm reading for the role of Lucinda.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. On Big Time Rush, the creator of the show got another show, and he asked me to come in to audition for a 1-episode character. And I went in, and the casting director was the same casting director from Big Time Rush, who I'm close friends with and meet all the time for things, and auditioned. And I went over and talked to him about the audition, and he was like, wait, did you play it, like this or whatever? And I was like, oh, no, I played it kind of different. He was like, no, let's get him in costume. And they put me in wardrobe and sent me back in, and I redid the audition with him in the room coaching me, and I didn't get it. And I was like, you know who they gave it to? Titus, the guy who plays Titus Andromedon on Kimmy Schmidt.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm never auditioning again for him. Like I was like, and then they just asked me to come back in, and recently, like about a month ago,
he signed for 80 episodes of Big Time Rush.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm offer only. I'm not doing it anymore.
See,
and it's kind of bitten me in the ass a few times because there are things I've said, look, if it is a multi-episode character, hell yeah, I'll read for whatever. If it's a dad, if it's something else, but like I just don't want to like animated whatever. I'll audition for 5 things a day, but I just was like, man, I just don't want to keep doing that. It hurts my feelings.
Right? At what point do I assert my value here, and at what point am I actually working against like the strategic growth for my career by agreeing to these things?
Yeah, but you're booking. Maybe I should turn it around. Maybe I should change it.
My example of that was today. I got an email that I got a call back on this this film, and I have to be vague enough because it's still in the process. But it's essentially they're looking for a triple threat who can act, sing, and dance. If you could describe what I look like, that would be what they're looking for. And nailed the audition very comfortably. But when I walked into the room, the producer or whatever was explaining to us all how lucky we were that out of the 6,000 submissions, we were the lucky 10% that got to be called in. And they had 3 cameras filming the entire process. And I went, excuse me, I didn't sign an NDA. Yeah. Like, where are you using this footage? And I flat out had to ask, like, okay, after I've done X amount of projects that are exactly this is just this would be Camp Rock all over again.
Right, yeah.
Like, I kind of need to just put this out here. I have to protect my brand and my career. And you're filming me entering through the doors, and you're now I'm just totally giving this away. So I wish you the best of luck on this project if you're listening. But they made us pull cards from someone was holding cards, and that's how we decided what order we went in. No sign-in sheet. It was a whole weird
they were doing like a
American Idol type of
like a game. Like they were like doing like
And I'm thinking, at what point do I say, actually, sir, thank you so much, but I don't think this is a fit anymore? And I'm actually going through that right now where I'm thinking, if I always agree to these procedures, I'm never going to get treated differently.
People will treat you the way you let them treat you.
It's exactly that.
Yeah,
so I
true.
got the callback, and I just sent to my reps, and I said, like, I'm sorry, can we politely decline? I don't think I'm there with my career goals anymore. But you really do. You're like, how many times can I audition for you before I just say, thank you so much. You totally know me. We just got dinner last week. If I'm a fit, like, bring me in. If not, hey, I will always support your projects. I'll tweet about them and use my influence and platform to support you.
Sure.
And I'm going to keep moving in my direction as well.
Yeah, no, you kind of have to do that.
Right? Or else you'll just be stagnant.
It is a tricky situation.
Right?
Yeah, no. I know. I know.
The lateral vertical type of struggle.
Well, I mean, one of the shows that you've done, and when we you and I got to work together just a little while ago at some like event thing where we talked to a bunch of kids.
Experience, yeah.
And when you said on stage, I play Isabella in Phineas and Ferb. This room full of like 300 kids
erupted.
They lost their shit.
Yeah.
They freaked out.
Couldn't find it.
That show is a huge deal. It's been on.
Would you say they couldn't even?
They can't even.
They can't even.
LOL, BRB, G2G.
2007 to 2015, is it still going? Is it done?
We just finished the show, I think, last year. The
God.
final episode aired, but I spent 12 years of my life.
Good Lord. That is a huge. And as a voiceover actress, or as a
again. I'm telling you, I'm the lucky one.
That's bananas.
Because these creators also are like, doubly creative geniuses and father figures for me, because I was, however old I was, 11 or 12 or 13 when I started with them.
Wow.
And I learned so much. You have Caroline Ray on the show. You have Tina Fey. You have
Tisdale's on there with you.
Evander Holyfield. Like, you have so many random people who are just personal friends of them popping in on this Disney show because their kids like to watch it. Slash? Is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a song for us because his kids like the show.
Richard O'Brien, who created Rocky Horror Picture Show.
There you go.
Did an episode.
Yeah.
He did numerous episodes, actually.
Richard O'Brien is probably really mad right now over what Fox did.
Probably
Or was it NBC who did it?
Did you audition for that?
I actually
for Rocky Horror?
Cast.
Yeah.
Good.
I did.
Good decision.
Well,
Good for you.
I honestly think like I said, if this is getting too behind the curtain, let me know.
It's fine.
No, please.
But you have to be able to guess what they're looking for a little bit. And I thought, I don't know if my social following and footprint is going to be high enough, and I don't know if I have enough clout in maybe what they're. And sure enough, they went with Vic, and I felt like she was probably the perfect candidate, and whether or not I went in, she was still going to get it. So I just passed. It's like,
honestly,
not the fight I want to fight.
I worked with Victoria on Big Time Rush. She came and did an episode of our show, and she's terrific, and she was the best part of the Rocky Horror nightmare situation
My friend
happened.
Ryan was in it also. Ryan McCartan. We did Summer Forever last year together.
Which one was he?
I think is her opposite.
Oh yeah, he was fine, but it was a mess.
Really?
It's the staging. You need to watch it because I'm a musical theater
that's
nerd,
why.
and like it's my dream to do one of those TV movie musical shows.
Man.
But they wouldn't even somebody over there was pushing for me to go in for
Same.
Meatloaf
for Hairspray. Have they done that one yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so when
they do Shrek the musical on TV, you can go
I bet
in
the people
Whatever.
at Muscular Dystrophies probably have.
Will you tell us just the story you told a little bit of the story, and then we'll have to wrap up. But the story about your voice on Phineas and Ferb and kind of what happened as far as audition to actually doing it and everything.
Yeah, I was the second person to go in for them as Isabella, and normally that's sort of like suicide. The first several people, they're just getting a grasp on what they even want for the character. And Dan Povenmire said he heard my voice and knew instantly that that's who he wanted for Isabella. So they brought me in again, and I didn't know any of this, of course. But I used something pretty similar to my speaking voice at the time, and then I realized as I age and my voice deepens, then I'm going to have to maintain this. And if you watch the show, it actually progressively gets higher and higher and higher. I'm getting younger and younger and younger as Isabella. But it was an absolute blast. One of my favorite projects by far. You really can't beat 12 years of a family that you love and a family that has credits like The Simpsons and Family Guy behind them, and Rocko's Modern Life, and now they have Milo Murphy's Law, and I'm also fortunate enough to be a couple characters on that. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it feels good to be in good company.
Will you say a little something as your character, like you're a little like say a little like nighttime, like, oh, I really do love the nighttime show. I really enjoyed.
This is Isabella Garcia Shapiro from Fireside Troop 46321, and I just want to say a big shout out to Stephen Kramer Glickman. He is the bomb, and I also think you should have been voted the best woman in glamour or whatever. I love you all so much, and keep watching Phineas and Ferb because I heard that Alyson Stoner would love to have some residuals, if possible. Thank you.
That's amazing. Allie, it's so cool for you to come do this. Tell people where they can follow you and find you.
Yes, because I'm not dead yet. I have stuff happening. You can follow me on the Twitter, the Instagram, Snapchat,
What's your Twitter?
Facebook. All of it is Alyson Stoner, Alyson Stoner. You can figure that one out. YouTube. Check out my music on Spotify and iTunes, and then my music videos on YouTube, The Real Alyson Stoner.
Love it.
Because I don't have any time for them fakes.
Now you don't. What about you, Glazer? Where can people find you?
Oh, mama. On Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, it's all at Glazer Boo Hoo Hoo. There's pictures of me and Snoop Dogg. There's pictures of me as Wolverine, and there's a bunch of weird ideas all over it.
There really is a lot of weird ideas, and I love them so much. What about you, Matt Walker?
Just go to funnymatt.com. I have links to everything there. Or if you were annoyed by me, please let me know at mattwalkersucks.com.
Of course.
No
of course.
way.
Yeah, and people really do. They hate him.
That's
a
a
lot
thing.
of people don't like him. Yeah. But we like him. But we like him. But we like him. We like him sometimes.
Kind of.
You can always find me at Stephen Glickman, STEPHEN, Glickman on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe to The Nighttime Show. Lots of great episodes, lots of great fun things happening. And if you're in Los Angeles, go check out the improv.com for upcoming nighttime show performances Saturday nights.
Let's check out
And
Miles.
this is Alyson Stoner's
It is.
new song, Miles.
Yeah.
What if I told you I'm losing my grip? I'm getting sick, second guess the consequences. Do you notice I'm hooked by the bait of a catch-22? I'm wading through the water, I'm waiting for you. So darling, take your pick, either we sink or swim. I just need